Hello there. I know it's been a long time since I ever posted anything. I've been a little bit busy and a lot of things have happened, but I'm planning to pick up on this again. I want to share more and more content related to Christianity, faith, and things that can help our spiritual walk here on earth. But I thought to just catch up a little bit what has happened the last months. Actually, the last year I would say that 2023 it's been the best year of my life. It was the year when I decided to really invest in my spiritual well-being. So I stopped working for some time as a physician. I started to read the Bible more, have Bible studies, and it was just awesome and exciting journey. And eventually, I got employed in a lifestyle center, a Christian lifestyle center in Norway called Fredheim, and that is kind of where I want to start. When I started to work there, to start this story, because it's a part of my testimony the last months after going through some challenges, and I just hope I can bless someone with my testimony, and hope it can be for benefit for someone. So in the end of August, I started working at this lifestyle center. I was really excited. It's beautiful nature there in Norway, and I will even start showing some of the footage here that I took. Um, yeah, it's really beautiful nature. I love running there. The guests that we're helping there at the lifestyle center are just amazing, and also the staff. But for me, it's like this sometimes. Some nights I really try to focus on my health and sleep well, go to bed early. But one night I just couldn't sleep, and it was already 2 a.m. and I was thinking that now let's be productive. Why not go into the mountains? Yeah, right. Crazy. 2 a.m. in the morning, night, going into the mountains. But that's me. That's what I like to do. Looking at the stars there, catching the sunrise. So I was planning to go there to take some drone footage. And yeah, I took my car, drove around 50 kilometers, no, 30 kilometers to a side of a mountain and ran up there, I think 8 kilometers to the top. And it was really beautiful, but it was windy, it was cold, it was raining also quite some, and it was muddy. And I was cold, so I thought it's definitely time to go home. Here's some of the footage here. But while I was running, suddenly, yeah, what can I say? Um, it was just flat, and I was not running too fast. But when I put down my left leg, I suddenly hear a big crack, and I could feel something like ripping apart in my left knee, and I was just screaming. There you can see me on the ground there. Um, I don't know completely what happened, what had happened there, but I was sure I had torn my cruciate ligaments, and I thought like, oh, this is not good. So what did I do? I screamed the first 10 seconds, and then for some strange reason, I'm not a normal person, but I actually got excited. I thought like, yes, finally another oops, another adventure. And I wonder how I will get out of this. And I did understand the seriousness of the situation, because being alone in the mountains, maybe 4 kilometers away from the car, not a person in sight. Luckily, I had a phone. I could at least call the emergency, and I'm so blessed that I heard just 2 days before what the number is that you're supposed to call in Norway. It's 113, not like 112 as it is in Sweden. So at least I called them. But before I continue a little bit on that part of the story, I just wanted to share that uh, whenever I experience difficulties, whenever something sudden and unexpected thing happens in my life, my mind always goes to a psalm. It's Psalm 112, verse 7, which says that the righteous, basically saying that the righteous people, they are not afraid of evil tidings, not afraid of evil or bad news, because they always have their hearts steadfast on the Lord. And that is the verse that came into my mind 10 seconds after I had fallen, and just thinking that, yeah, somehow God will help me. And no matter what happens. And I must say it's been one of my best experiences, just having such peace there. Yes, the pain, not being able to move, somewhat concerned like how I will get out from here. But and yes, it was really freezing. It was cold. As you will see, I was shaking quite a lot and very wet and just tired. And I was just looking for. I remember on my way home, I was just looking forward for a warm shower and eating. I hadn't eaten since the day before lunch, so yeah, hungry, tired, but very excited. Yeah. And the question you might ask is, why would I be excited? And the truth is that ever since I became Christian, and I remember there were some moments when I really experienced the love of God and the love that went into the sacrifice of Jesus, and those moments when I could experience just knowing how eternally loved I am by Him, and that everything He would do to just give me a chance to meet His Father in heaven, no matter the cost of Himself. I remember at those moments I just were overwhelmed and feeling that there's nothing that could destroy this peace as long as I have my mind focused on Jesus. There's this is just the best thing ever. And I remember at those times thinking that, yeah, but all the bad things that can happen in life, losing, I don't know, your job, money, family, friends, your health. Maybe if I would become paralyzed one day, or not be able to speak, or become or tortured for my faith. I don't know. There are just so many things bad things that could happen. But I just remember in those moments, I was thinking that no, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, doesn't matter how bad life can get, as long as this is true, what Jesus has done and who He is. Like, uh, everything will be somehow be fine as long as I have Jesus. And that is what I experienced there up alone in the mountains. Just for the first time, I could not only intellectually believe it, but actually really experience it. That peace of just, no matter what happens, if I live, if I die, if I'm not able to walk again, doesn't matter. So yeah, it was just exciting and awesome. And while I was calling the emergency, eventually I got in hold with somebody at the Red Cross, and they were very kind to me. We could chit chat a little bit about everything, life, and I was just excited to try to be a witness and telling her not to worry about me. And honestly, even if I die, it will be fine. I had so amazing months ever since I started to invest more in my spiritual well-being, that if I died now, I was sure I would die happy. And yes, I was tired. I just wanted to sleep, but I knew I couldn't. And she wanted to stay there, talk with me. I even told her a little bit about my thoughts of how I wished my funeral to be. I always had this imagination, because I don't want people to be sad at my funeral. I want them to be happy and celebrate my life, no matter what happened, because as long as I believe in God, I know everything will be fine, and there is a heaven that waits for us. So I don't want people to be sad when I die. So I always had this maybe crazy or stupid or funny idea, I don't know, but I wanted to record myself singing at my own funeral, like recording, just telling me, yeah, I'm maybe sad that I'm dead, but you shouldn't be. I am looking forward to meet the rest of you eventually in heaven. Just stay faithful. And yeah, then just start singing, maybe Amazing Grace or something. I don't have the best voice, and I would never sing live for anybody else, and at least that would be my opportunity to maybe give some laughs, hopefully. So yeah, I told her about this idea, and I was thinking maybe I should record myself at least singing, but actually I didn't. But just to continue a little bit, let's see if I can continue the movie here. While I was lying there talking to her, I was thinking, why not at least take my drone, take some footage? Maybe I will do a little documentary, what happened. And maybe it could be part of my testimony. If I would have a children's story one day in church, it's good to have at least some footage. so people can see what happens. As you can see there also, I do have some blueberries and lingonberries. So I was trying to eat a little bit because I was really hungry, but I stopped because I thought maybe if I will have a surgery and they have to operate me, I shouldn't eat. But at least I got a little bit of a breakfast. I was trying to do sit-ups to keep myself warm, and they told me not to stay on the rock. But I really couldn't move. So I'm so blessed and happy that I had a phone that luckily had some signal that I could call, no GPS for some time. But then I didn't know how they would find me because they couldn't go out there with ambulance. They had to come with a helicopter. And luckily, in the end, I actually did. I did get some signal back, so I could tell them my coordinates. So praise God for that. So here I'm flying a little bit, as you can see me lying there on the ground, waving, of course, happy, excited. I had to hurry up, or not hurry up, but I couldn't fly when the helicopter came. It took them 2 hours, but I enjoyed my 2 hours there. I was praying, reading my Bible, having my morning devotion, just imagining that and deciding now that I want this to be a good testimony. I'm looking forward how God will help me through this, and after He has helped me, I will share this, and this is what I'm trying to do now. So I decided that I would be try to be the best patient no matter what happens. Even if they amputate me, I would just be calm. Maybe I can be a good test, have a good be a good witness for them at the hospital, for the people. What do you call it? The staff and whoever I might meet. I was just looking forward to be as you can see, it was very cold there, just shaking. But I'm recording there. I couldn't record the sound because I was on the phone, but I was, telling a little bit of my testament if I would not survive, what to go where, and just tell them how much I'm excited for this moment, and how glad I am that I have Jesus, that I'm not scared, and no matter what happens, and if they find this footage, to stay faithful to God and try to get to know Him. Where to continue? Yeah, waiting 2 hours for the helicopter to come, but I decided I want to be happy. And yes, it was somewhat painful, but I was happy when they came. I could share some jokes. They were happy, and man, it was awesome. The ride with a helicopter. I had the opportunity 2023 to ride with a helicopter for 20 euros. I said no, and this time I got it for free. And not only that, they actually had to send down a guy. They couldn't land there, so they had to send down a guy with a rope, and being like lifted up there and seeing all the nature, it was just so awesome. And I was so excited, and I think people thought I was crazy, like lying there with. Actually, I broke my leg. I will show you the picture later. It wasn't only a ligament injury. But now I was just so excited for everything, and just talking to the staff there, and I felt a little bit embarrassed that I had been so stupid running out alone late. Here the helicopter should come there, right? That I had been running alone there, but I was a bit embarrassed that they had to go through all this trouble to get me, but they were just so kind, and they were telling me that they were actually so happy that they could help me and save me from there, because they have had some rough days where some patients had died when they were trying to get them, and to finally see a success story when they could finally save someone. So that was quite, I was happy for them. And eventually, now I also wanted to see the pictures. Here is a CT of my left knee. And as you can see there, I actually do have some fracture lines. In total, I think I had 6. It's a very complicated fracture, and even the orthopedics, they were surprised at how this is possible, of just running to get such a comminuted fracture. And then unfortunately, it gets into the joint line, which gives a little high risk for arthritis, and not arthritis, sorry, arthrosis in the future. But who cares? I'm alive, so. I don't mind about that. But yeah, a strange fracture, and no, I don't want to have a normal fracture. Of course, I have to have a special fracture. So let me continue a little bit with the footage. I was actually excited for the rest of the rehab everything. Even though there were some difficult days with pain and sleepless nights, I was just thinking maybe one day I can share this testimony and be a blessing for somebody else who's going through something similar. So I'm really happy for this experience that God could help me through, and that we can be faithful to Him no matter what. I remember I was so tired that day that when they took the picture, the MRI, I actually fell asleep in the MRI machine, even though how loud it was. And eventually I got home to Sweden, rehab started. Actually, breaking my leg, it was good because I didn't have any upper body strength. I haven't done a single push-up or pull-up for, I think, 2-3 years. So finally I could exercise my upper body. So I got to be in the wheelchair. Of course, I missed running. I love running, and I think I was in the best shape of my life at that time. And I was running almost 3 marathons a week. No, sorry, half marathons. Yeah, I don't want to exaggerate. And no, I wasn't sad that I couldn't run anymore. I was just excited of the journey of getting back there. It's not my body, it's not my health, it's God's. And I will do the best and whatever means I have. And even if I couldn't walk again, I knew somehow it would be fine as long as I had Jesus, because He's the most precious thing in my life. So nothing could, you can't really lose anything in life as long as you have the greatest gain and gift, which is Jesus. Yeah, there I am. Not very good footage. I think my mom took this. But yeah, I was also trying to exercise, stay in shape, be happy. It really helped with the pain to be able to move. And I was just happy those moments when I didn't have any pain. And yeah, as you can see on the picture, I have an orthosis. Luckily, they didn't need to do any surgery. The fractures and the fracture pieces, they were not that displaced. So they wanted to try to treat it conservatively. And I'm very happy for that. Yeah, it's just going better and better. And I'm happy I could have an orthosis and not a cast. I mean, in the late August, it's still warm, and it could get very warm, sticky, itchy. So happy for that. And the rehab, yeah, it's gone well. I was trying to listen. I was not trying to be a, what do you call it, an annoying patient, because I know many physicians can be trying to know what's good for us. But no, I just wanted to listen to what they told me, listen to my physiotherapist. I can't say I did all the exercises they told me to do. Some of them were really boring, to be honest. So I was just trying to walk as much as I could eventually when I could walk. But yeah, I was on sick leave for some time, but eventually the lifestyle center asked me if I wanted to join on their Spain trip, outside in no, so this was in Spain, a bit away from Alicante, I believe, Valencia, Alicante, somewhere there in between. And that's when I could start putting pressure on my leg again. And there was also a physiotherapist there that could help me a little bit with my technique. And yeah, it was really helpful. That's when I started to walk again. And I must say it was one of the most exciting things ever to be able to walk without crutches and take my first steps, even if they were somewhat painful. But just being able to walk, use my hands again in the kitchen, losing those crutches. Actually, I do miss the crutches. It was fun having them. I don't miss the attention I don't miss when people look upon you when you have crutches. But yeah, anyway. So this is where I started to walk a little bit again. I couldn't run, of course, but getting slowly back into shape. And there I remember I decided I couldn't run on the beach there. I would have loved to. That is like my favorite thing to do, to run on a beach. So I decided in January to take a trip with my mom to Gran Canaria, where I've been before. And I would really try to get the rehab going so I could run there. And yeah, just 1 month ago, I was there. Let's see, I should have some footage there and I can finally run again. I know I look a little bit strange when I run here. It's not the best technique, because yeah, I lost quite some muscle on my left leg. But just being able to move fast, as you can see here, it was just amazing running on the beach in the sunsets, sunrises, the waves, the ocean. It was just the best thing ever. But I also want to show footage here. It should come soon. my running debut. Of course, I started slowly to walk, but I wanted to save my running for this trip. Here you can see me running there. And as you can see here on the side, there are some cactuses or cactus plants. And look how smart I am trying to run through there. And yep, almost fell into that. Not very smart. Let me see that again. Having that on my running debut, falling into the cactus. I mean, only those microscopic small thorns hurt when I try to pick those cactus roots there. And I could just imagine, as you can see, it could have ended quite bad, but I made it. And that could have also been a good story, but I'm happy I missed out on that. So, yeah, that's a little bit of my story. I'm hope maybe it could be a blessing for someone who's going through difficult times, that we do have a savior, and as long as we trust him, everything will somehow be fine, because he's the most precious thing on this earth. And yeah, we somehow have to survive this earthly journey, but we will try to help and keep each other motivated so that we can stay faithful and eventually be in heaven together. So I wish you a blessed day, night, wherever you are, and hope that you somehow can be blessed by this testimony or story. And you should look forward to, I'm going to share much more content now on both the Bible, the Daniel, Revelation, prophecies. You should look forward to that, because I am. So have a blessed day, night, and yeah, take care.